Hi everyone, welcome to Yoga with Adriene. I am Adriene. This is a sweet, sleepy Benji behind me, and today we have a practice called Trust the Process. A lesson that we learn over and over again. So it's my hope that this low to the ground loving practice is just like a friendly reminder that it is about the practice and the journey versus the destination and our need for perfectionism. I could keep going on and on, but let's put it into movement. If you have a block, bring it. If you have a blanket, great, bring it. If not, no worries. Let's get started. Alrighty, let's begin in a comfortable seat. If you have a blanket or a towel, let's fold it up and put it underneath the hips, underneath the bum. And then I'm coming into a shape where I have one heel in front of the other. You can try that, or you can cross the ankles. Just find a shape that feels good for you to begin in. We've already begun. The hard part has been checked off the list. We are here. And in the spirit of today's practice, we're really going to take a good solid moment to tune in together. So lengthen up through the spine. As you sit up nice and tall, you might draw the eyes closed or just bring your gaze inward, maybe down past your nose. Trust that you picked this practice and that you're here for a reason. You don't have to know the reason, but just trust that this time is valuable. I think part of what happens is we get very wrapped up in our understanding of what productivity and success is supposed to look like, what it's supposed to feel like. And we can, as a result of that, get distance further away from really listening and really allowing ourselves to be present in our own experience. And when we allow ourselves to be really present and honest in our experience, the way we feel in our bodies, the way we see and experience the world, then we begin to kind of create this relationship with trusting the process, trusting the universe. If you're a spiritual person, maybe you're not, but if you are, it's trusting that higher power, something bigger than you. But in order to do that, I think one of the beautiful things about at-home yoga in particular is you simply get to practice being present with your feelings. You get to practice being moved by your breath. And we get the opportunity to just have a better relationship with this felt sense versus this exterior kind of telling us how to feel. So I just wanted to give a little context, just give a little food for thought for today's session. Let's start to gently deepen the breath here, nice and easy, just on your own. I'm not going to cue it. As you begin to breathe a little bit deeper and more fully, you can continue to keep the eyes closed or the gaze soft right now. And just notice what parts of your body, if any, move as you breathe in, and what parts of your body, if any, move as you breathe out. And notice if just your awareness of your breath and the movement inspires you to breathe more fully or just breathe different in any way. And then slowly begin to open your eyes, if you haven't already, just by first taking your gaze softly down And then take your gaze to the right and allow your nose and your eyeballs then to move up towards the sky or the ceiling. And then take your gaze to the left and then all the way back down. It's a circle. All right, here we go. So we're moving through the neck, we're breathing, but we're also using our eyes to just take in wherever we are, practice space. Let's reverse it. Take it the other way. And then bring it back to center. Let's shift gears now onto all fours. If you want to use the blanket or a towel for a little padding for the knees, listen to yourself. And we'll come into tabletop position. From your tabletop, right away, we're going to drop the belly, open the heart, look forward, cow pose. Round through the spine, chin to chest for cat. Now see if you can really sync up with your breath. I'm not going to cue it, so you can really listen to the length of your inhale and move with that, and you can really pay attention to the length of your exhale and move with that. And then slowly, when you're ready, bring it back to center. Drop the elbows down to the earth where the hands were. And spread the fingertips. Take a look at your hands and make sure your wrists and your elbows are in a straight line. So you have your forearms are like two railroad tracks here. Then slowly walk the knees back, lift the hips up, take your heart to the ground. Feel this beautiful stretch through the shoulders, the chest, the side body as you gently tilt your tailbone up towards the sky. Puppy posture or heart to earth pose, Anahata Asana. A beautiful opportunity too to see this shape, especially if you are a creative person. You like to imagine stories, narrative. This shape is just such a beautiful surrender to the big picture. Surrender your heart to the earth. Heck of a stretch too. Inhale in deeply here. Exhale, carve a line with your nose. Slide your heart forward all the way so that your hip points and your belly lower, and we come into a little Sphinx pose here. Now keep the fingertips spread. Forearms are still parallel. Take a second to broaden through the chest, maybe look forward. Careful not to crunch the back of the neck here. Then drag your elbows forward and it's so subtle, but you'll feel this kind of opening through the front of the body, this stretch of the skin of the front body, and your chest opens as you gently tug the elbows back. Lovely. Now curl the toes under. We're going to do the opposite now. So push the hands forward, and maybe your gaze goes down and your hips lift up, forearm plank. Breathe, strong body here. Strengthen the legs by reaching the heels back. And then slowly lower all the way back down. And we'll take it back to that Sphinx. So drawing the elbows back, pressing into the tops of the feet, pressing into the hands, heart reaches forward. And then one more time, press the hands and the elbows away. Lift the hips, reach the heels back as you lift the knees. Gaze can be straight down here. Forearm plank for 5. Breathe for 4. Breathe for 3. You got this. Breathe for 2 and 1. Beautiful. Come to the knees. Come back through that puppy's posture just for a breath. Take a moment to surrender. Trust. And then we'll slowly lift back to that tabletop position. From here, we're going to bump the hips to the left and take your gaze to the right. Look past your right shoulder towards your right toes. Now from here, press away from your yoga mat and feel the areas of the body that can stretch as you breathe in and soften as you breathe out. Nice. Take it to the other side. Bump the hips to the right. Keep the hands where they are. Look past your left shoulder. Gaze past your left toes. Stay here, breathe into the neck, breathe into the side body. And then on an exhale, guide it back to center. We're gonna take it up to a downward facing dog. So spread the fingertips wide, curl the toes under, and with your breath, make your way up, hips up high, heart melting back. Take a couple beats here to move with your breath in a way that feels good for your body today. Trust that this time is valuable. Check in. And then from here, when you're ready, step the right foot up into a lunge and lower your left knee to the ground. Press firmly into your back foot, so uncurl the toes. And inhale, we'll sweep the arms all the way up and overhead for one breath. And then on an exhale, release and bring it back down to the earth. Lengthen your front leg and flex your right toes towards your face. Send the hips back, coming into a little runner stretch here. See if you can gently tug the right heel back. Find that hugging of your right femur in and up towards the hip socket. Good, and then slowly roll through that foot, plant the palms, and step it all the way up and back to downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths here. Find what feels good in your body today. And then when you're ready, step that left foot up. Same thing, we lower the right knee to the earth. We uncurl the back toes and we press firmly into that back foot. So that's the root of this shape here. When you feel like you have that, then inhale, reach the arms all the way up and overhead. Big breath, big stretch. And then exhale, brings it back down. Extend the left leg, flex the left toes up towards the front, lengthen by really hugging that left hip back, tugging that left heel back. Breathe. Ooh. And then rolling through, sending it up and back, downward facing dog. We'll take a cleansing breath here. So inhale in deeply through the nostrils. And as you exhale, send it out through pursed lips. Let's do that again. Inhale in deeply. Exhale through pursed lips. And then slow descend of the knees down. We'll come back to all fours. Swing the legs to one side, any side. We'll take the blanket here and just put it to the side. Nice, then we're gonna come onto our backs. Make sure your block is handy if you have one, if not, no worries. We're gonna slowly come to our backs and right away give the knees a gentle squeeze in towards your chest. This will look and feel a little different for everyone, but let's just give it a shot. Then feet come to the mat, knees bent, toes pointing forward. Let's just take a second to relax the shoulders, bring your palms down to the ground, and just take a second to feel, maybe close your eyes and feel the earth beneath you. So you can even imagine as if the earth, the yoga mat, was lifting up. It was rising up to meet your feet and to meet your back, to support you. So all of the areas in which you feel the ground touching your body, imagine that is just rising up to meet you where you're at. Sweet, and then with the block handy, just optional, not necessary, we'll slowly begin to inhale in and exhale, peel the tailbone up very gently, pressing into all four corners of the feet. We don't need to go super high today. In fact, the block is here to maybe at the lowest or the second lowest level, come underneath the sacrum here so that you can find your bridge pose, Setu Bandhasana, with a little support here today. If you don't have the support block, you can interlace the fingertips behind the back. And you might also just take a moment to come down and rest for a breath or two and then take it back up if you're not in a supported posture. If you are in a supported bridge, you might experiment with turning the palms face up, releasing any gripping in the toes. And again, the invitation is to observe how you feel as you breathe here. We're not just doing the poses, but we're coming into just this opportunity after opportunity after opportunity to have a felt sense of the pose. Notice how your breath can and will change. And then if you have the block, we'll press firmly into the feet, release it to slowly come down. This is where we will all meet, each and every one of us. Bring the soles of the feet together, bring the knees wide. Now we can bring the blanket in underneath the head as a pillow, perhaps. Setu Bandhasana, oh sorry, not Setu Bandhasana, we just did that. Supta Baddha Konasana. Can feel nice here to bring the palms either to the belly or even to the tops of the thighs, pressing them away gently. Find what feels good. And then close your eyes wherever you are and relax your shoulders, and once again come back to observing the breath. And then press the feet together, bring the knees in towards each other and walk the feet towards the outer edge of your mat. Allow the knees to fall in towards each other so that your entire body can relax and let go here. And there's a mantra here, you can take it or leave it. It's pretty simple. But if you want, it's more of an affirmation than a mantra, but it is, I trust. I trust. The more you practice yoga, not just the asana, but all of yoga with more consistency, you very much start to lean into this trusting, this belief that the journey is the reward. The journey is, I've always said, the journey is like the candy. It's not about where you end up or the thing you're chasing, but it's what you have right here in the moment. And how your relationship to that is. We'll slowly transition here, really slowly, lovingly, to one side. And then we'll press up in your own time to a nice, comfortable seat. Let's take the arms out like a T, a Texas T, palms wide, fingertips spreading. Inhale in, and as you exhale, bring the palms together at the heart space. Again, inhale, expand and stretch. Exhale, bring it in. And this time we're going to inhale, expand and stretch. This time as you bring it in, don't think, but join me.